Ms. Batani, the Deputy Representative of UNICEF, Permanent Secretary, Media Partners. A very good morning to you all. As schools reopen, the Ministry continues to work closely with the Ministry of Health, Medical Services, UNICEF and WHO to provide as much support to students, teachers and parents in ensuring that everyone plays their part in keeping students safe. The decision to reopen schools takes into account numerous factors, including potential health risks as well as negative impacts of school closures on students. The risk to children being out of school continue to be greater than the risk of them being in school. Children are missing out on the social and mental development, just being around with their friends and being in the school environment. Our borders are open, businesses are open, and I want to reiterate that. In Fiji, the borders are open, tourists are coming, our locals are traveling, children are attending weddings, children are attending birthday parties, children are going to religious gatherings, children are going to municipal markets, children are also found in supermarkets, children are visiting friends and family. They're also having little do's amongst their friends. Children are also moving freely in the community. Children are moving freely in the village setting. All that is happening. If you look around us, everything is open. Only one thing is closed or was closed was the schools. We need to open the schools. We need to open the schools for our children because they are safer in schools than being outside schools. So I'm glad that finally the school is open. You have heard from the deputy representative that our children, they transmit COVID much less as compared to the adults. Now, according to WHO, schools should be last to close and first to open. This is their statement. Instead of closing educational institutions, WHO recommends a whole of society approach to reducing transmission through a wide range of measures. And we have already introduced a wide range of measures through our COVID safe protocol. And even our teachers, the heads of schools, they're all trained in this area. All this training we're going on for last 6 months. Sending children to school will do more good to our children than harm. The latest UNESCO report titled In-Person Schooling and COVID-19 Transmission, a review of the evidence, has so far indicated that face-to-face learning does not appear to be the main driver of community transmission, and school staff do not appear to be at a higher relative risk as compared to the general population. Based on the WHO publication available to us on school reopening worldwide, we know that when children do contract COVID-19, they tend to have milder symptoms than adults and are less likely than adults to experience severe COVID-19 impacts. Recent global data suggests that children are equally susceptible to COVID-19 infection. And again, I want to reiterate what the Deputy Representative from UNICEF had just said. When we look at our children from ECE, primary, secondary, so in other words, from very young age to adolescent. And when we compare that, we find that the younger children appear to transmit COVID-19 less often than adolescents. So onward transmission by adolescents appears to occur often by adults in household and community settings. The Ministry of Education, Heritage and Arts, together with the Ministry of Health and Medical Services, UNICEF and WHO, has developed and disseminated school reopening guidelines which outline safe school protocols. In addition to this, advocacy messages for parents and children and communities are being disseminated through radio and television. UNICEF, in collaboration with the ministry, has also prepared a number of information brochures, cards, posters, and stickers which are being launched today. And I kindly request the media to help us in raising this awareness in our community, amongst our students, rather than just painting a very negative picture. And I also want to thank Fijian for going out to the parents, going out to the students, and going out to the head of school and getting the real stories rather than just getting the information from politicians. So I thank you for doing that. And we have to take the whole of society approach. It's not just about Ministry of Education. It's about all of us. It's our children. So we all need to act responsibly. I also want to mention that today's launch, we have got a checklist for students before they leave home. What are some of the things they need to check and ensure that they are ready to go to school? Information on hygiene practices at school, COVID symptoms to look out for, messages for teachers to follow proper COVID-safe protocols, hand washing tips, summary of COVID safety guidelines. All this information is out there for the public. And again, I urge media to please be responsible. We are going through pandemic, right? It's not endemic, it's pandemic. And as I have said, my argument remains that everything in this country is open. Our schools should open as well for our children. As schools reopen for all Fijian children, the Ministry of Education, Heritage and Arts, together with its partners, including Ministry of Health and Medical Services, WHO, and UNICEF, is ensuring that schools are safe, inclusive, and provide supportive learning environment for all children. Teachers are our true heroes in our schools. At each school, teachers will ensure that all students follow COVID-19 health and safety measures. A specific group of school staff have been trained and tasked with monitoring students and teachers who may display symptoms of COVID-19. Everyone has a role to play in ensuring safe reopening of schools. Children are adaptable and resilient, and around the world, they have demonstrated that they can and will adopt the safe behaviors that allow them to return to school. As we begin a new year, we must do what we can to engage our students in learning. This is very important. Of course, we do this while taking the necessary measures to keep our students safe. But this is a shared responsibility of all of us. So I urge everyone to come together and help our students remain safe and attend school face-to-face. With these words, I'm pleased to launch these advocacy resources that UNICEF has very kindly prepared in consultation with the ministry. This will be sent to all schools, and we hope that parents will also get some of this to help guide them, guide our students at home. Vinaka Vakalevu, and thank you very much.
Wearing, frequently washing with soap and clean water, physical distancing and vaccination are important ways to protect children from infection in schools. All children have a right to education, and while vaccination is not required for students to return to school, it is great to see students getting vaccinated to protect themselves and their classmates. Both ministries of education and health are working to ensure that all schools are safe, supportive, and inclusive learning environments for children as they return to school.
Bula Vinaka, and a very good morning to you all. First, I would like to appreciate the Ministry of Education, Heritage and Art on behalf of UNICEF for their decision and leadership in the reopening of schools. It is encouraging to see children in year 8 to year 11 joining the year 12 and year 13 students in returning to school on January 4th, while those in early childhood education to year 7 will return on January 10th. I know that some parents and children may be worried about the number of new cases of COVID and wonder whether this is the right time for their children to go to school. It is normal to be worried and concerned, and it's important that parents, teachers, and children are reassured that the school is safe. The latest evidence show in-person schooling does not appear to be a main driver of community transmission, and school staff do not appear to be at a higher relative risk compared to general population. Teachers here in Fiji are fully vaccinated. They are trained in the new protocols, and many measures have been put in place to protect them and the children. Globally, children under 18 represent about 8% of the all reported cases, and the lowest among children below 10 years. This may be due to lower infection rates or due to milder or absent symptoms, as we may be observing now with Omicron. In fact, teachers and children can be even safer in school than in the community, as long as COVID-safe protocols are followed. We are reassured that the Fijian government is ensuring safety measures are adapted in school across the country to provide all students and a safe and healthy learning environment. And UNICEF support the Fijian Ministry of Education, Heritage and Arts decision to reopen school for all children and allow learning in safe school environments. To support the ministry initiative on developing and disseminating messaging on school reopening to support parents, children, and teachers as they return to school, we are here today with you to launch a range of communication products, which include poster for early childhood education, primary and secondary classes, which reinforce COVID-19 safety protocols, stickers and cards for students to carry back home and use as a checklist to remind them of the COVID safety messages, booklet on school reopening guidelines, and brochure for parents highlighting relevant roles of parents in supporting safe return of children to school, television commercials and radio messages to create and amplify the message on safe return to school learning. These communication materials will support the ministry initiative to reach out to parents, teachers, and communities to reinforce COVID-19 protocol for safe school and the importance of safe return to in-person learning. Everyone has a role to play in ensuring children's safe return to school. Parents, together with the school management committee members, teachers, and communities, must ensure that their children return to school and children practice the COVID-safe hygiene practices, including wearing masks, washing hands regularly, and keeping safe physical distance as much as possible. It is also important that children do not go to school when they are sick. Implementing rigorous strategy to continuously monitor children's safe return to learning and sharing of critical information across all levels will ensure safe and protective learning environment for children. We continue to be on standby for any support to the government of Fiji to ensure all Fijian children are back safely and learning. I take this opportunity to again thank the Ministry of Education, Heritage and Arts for their leadership in reopening schools safely and to welcome all children back to school. So Winaka Wakalevu.